Okay, so today we are talking about combining like terms. And when I say like, I mean similar or the same. Combining, so putting together. And a term. A term is something that's being added or subtracted together. So here I have 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. We'll wait on that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terms. Okay, so here we are combining like terms. So when you're doing that, you can only combine terms that are similar or that are the same. So when I'm looking at this problem here, this one and this one have single x's included in them. So what I can do is I can combine their coefficients. I can put together their coefficients because we are adding and subtracting. 7 plus 2 is 9x. I have 9 x's. Maybe you watched that video from Khan Academy with the Chuck Norrises, so you're adding together however many Chuck Norrises you've got or whatever. Watch the video if you really want to know that. So next part is we then look at the remaining terms. So these numbers don't have a variable, so we just add them. 3 plus 4 equals 7. So we just combined those like terms to simplify to get this answer. Just like we've been doing before, I want for you to please stop the video and try number 1 on your own. Okay, so again, we're looking for like terms. Here, both of these have an x with 1 exponent on them. So we add the coefficients to give us 10x. Notice that our exponent is still a 1 there. And then, of course, we add together 5 plus 4 equals 9. And so that is our simplified answer. Okay, so let's take a look at number 2 here. Same thing. Yeah. So here I've got 3 negative x's and 1 positive x. So what we want to do is we're still combining our coefficients. We're still combining our coefficients, but when I'm adding together a negative and a positive, what I want to do is I want to start out, so this is in the negative direction and this is in the positive direction. I've got 1, 2, 3 negative x's, but I've got 1 positive x. So when I combine 3 negative and 1 positive, that leaves me 0, negative 1, negative 2 x's. Okay. Well, now I take a look at what else I've got. So I've got a positive 17 and a negative 4. So we can do the same thing again. So I'm going to put my 0 here. I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, so I've moved 17 in the positive direction. And then I move 4 in the negative direction. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to put me at 13. So when I add those together, I've got 13. Or I can always say, nah, whatever. So that is my simplified answer. Again, now you stop the video, try this one on your own before we do it together. Okay, so I'm looking here. I've got 5 positive x's, 1 positive x. 5 plus 1 equals 6x. Then I've got a negative 11 and a positive 13. I can draw that number line again. I've got 0 in the middle, and I'm going to go so here I'm going to bounce 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 in the negative direction, and then 13 in the positive direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So if here's my 0, I went 1, 2 in the positive, so I've got plus 2. And that's my answer. Man, guys, this is gonna have to be my last video for tonight. I am tired, and we got a meeting soon, so, you know. Okay, here we go. So now for this next one, we're actually combining the distributive property and combining like terms. So if you don't remember what the distributive property is, you should probably stop this video and go back and watch it, okay? So I'm gonna use this. We're gonna multiply 2x Two times 5 is 10. And then I combine my like terms. 10 minus 11 is going to give me a negative 1. And then I've got 2x here. Okay? You try number 3 on your own. Stop the video, try it on your own before we do it together. Oh, so tired. Let's keep going. All right, so here I've got 2 times x. And then 2 times 4. And then I've got my minus 3. I simplify. 2 times x is 2x. 2 times 4 is 8. And carry the minus 3. My positive 8 and my negative 3 are like terms. So that gives me a positive 5 and 2x. I cannot combine these because this one does not have a variable. So that is my simplified answer. Okay, last one. I'm really happy about this one. I think it's going to be great. So again, we are looking for types that are similar. So here when I'm looking, I've got x's here. I've got x's here. I've got an x here, but notice this one doesn't have an exponent, so it's implied that it's 1. This one has an exponent of 2. I cannot combine these two. They are unlike. Okay, so I don't want to put those together. So I've got x squared here. I've got another x squared here. Be sure to get that negative out in front. And so I want to combine these two. Again, because they both have the x squared, I just want to add or subtract their coefficients. Their coefficients. I do not want to change the exponent. So a positive 3 minus 2 gives me 1, and the x squared does not change. We do not change that exponent when we are adding and subtracting. Then I've got an x with one exponent here and here. So I want to combine these two. Be sure to grab that operation out in front for both of them. So here, my 4, there's an imaginary 1 right there. 4 minus 1 equals 3x. The x does not change. And then there's nothing else that's similar to my 2 here. So I'm actually just going to go ahead and then add that at the end because there are no like terms. So I cannot combine it with anything. I don't need that 1. And that is my answer. You cannot make it any simpler. So here I want to show you a quick difference in words. So here, this one has 2 terms for its final answer. This one has 3 terms for its final answer. This one is called a binomial, bi meaning 2. This one is a trinomial, tri meaning 3. Like a bicycle has 2 wheels. That's a terrible bicycle. A tricycle has 3 wheels. This is even worse. I have no idea what a tricycle looks like. Okay, whatever. So binomial, 2 terms. Trinomial, 1, 2, 3 terms. You cannot simplify it any further. So stop the video. Try number 4 alone before you do it with me. Okay? All right. So again here, we want to look for variables with the same exponents. So here I see x squared here, and x squared here. So I want to combine these two. Be sure to grab the operation out in front. And combine the coefficients. We're just adding them, subtracting them together. So positive 12 minus 5 equals 7. Because we're adding and subtracting, it stays just as x squared. Now, we've got positive 17x and negative 2x. Positive 17 minus 2 equals 15. We leave the x. Then lastly, there's nothing to add or subtract for the 3. It's the only one. There are no like terms. And so when I look here, my first term has an exponent of 2. My second term has an exponent of 1. And my third term does not have a variable or an exponent. And this is the simplified answer. It is a all right, whatever, this isn't working. Trinomial. It's a trinomial. Last thing I want to mention. So here, when I'm looking at this, notice I go from highest to lowest exponent. So from 2 to 1 to 0, right? That's called standard form. Standard form, okay? All right, that's it for this one. I'll see you guys for the next one. Wow, sorry for turning that upside down. Bye! Maybe.